Welcome to your reset with Christiane Piano, where the purpose is to support you in releasing all that you are not, so the truth of who you really are can emerge. This is accomplished through working with the body-mind from an ontological perspective. We use various modalities to support you in supporting yourself exactly where you are, so that you may return to an experience of wholeness and ease, moment by moment. Deep reflection is one of the greatest tools through which to do this. To take a moment, to pause, assess, reflect, and literally and figuratively reset, come back to center, and move back into your one and precious life with increased clarity and purpose. Hello, this is Christiane Piano, and this week's episode is on effort without force. We will explore a powerful concept for well-being as we transition from winter to spring. Effort without force. How can we best support ourselves and make the most of the energy we've cultivated during the winter season? This brings us to the idea of effortless action. What comes to mind when you consider acting without force? Take a moment, jot it down, take a mental note. What comes to mind? Often, we equate effort with mental exertion, willpower, pushing through obstacles, forcing an agenda. This mindset is prevalent in many cultures, often associated with a driven personality. However, this constant striving can create a sense of unease, a dis-ease within ourselves. My personal journey has involved a gradual shift from forceful striving to allowing and softening, a transformation that has profoundly enriched my life, and this experience inspires this week's exploration. I've always been fascinated by the world and the diverse ways people experience it. It's so important to discover what resonates with you, honoring your unique stage of life and personal growth, while remaining open to the natural flow of change. It's about, if you will, finding a fluid balance, like not being too earthy, yet not too airy, finding that just right place. My audience is global and diverse, and I make no assumptions about your individual thoughts or experiences. I believe our shared humanity is where we connect most deeply. This search for balance, this understanding of our shared humanity, leads us to explore ancient wisdom that can guide us. This brings us to Wu Wei. Wu Wei, an ancient Chinese philosophy of being, offers a way of moving through the world with grace and ease. While often translated as non-doing, it's important to remember and to understand that Wu Wei isn't about inaction. It's about something much deeper, acting from a place of profound inner connection, trusting your intuition, and allowing your actions to unfold naturally without force. It's a gentle shift, a movement away from striving and grasping and toward allowing, ease, and gentleness. This inner shift allows us to act from a quiet, centered space within, a place of non-grasping, where we become more effective and achieve a greater sense of harmony with ourselves and the world around us. Wu Wei resonates deeply with me. It speaks to that quiet place within each of us where action arises effortlessly from a sense of inner peace and harmony. So we are engaging with life. So often, when we're operating from a place of survival, we force, mentally pushing for specific results, physically straining our bodies. We grasp, we hold on tight, trying to control the unfolding of events. But when we gently align all levels of our being and relax into the present moment, trusting life's unfolding, a softening naturally happens. We release the grip, moving from forcing an outcome to allowing it to unfold, trusting in the process itself. And when we find that place of alignment, when the mind is truly at peace, then we engage with life not through force, but through allowing, ease, and gentleness, like a flower naturally blossoming, not being forced open, but simply unfolding in its own perfect rhythm. What will support you into your natural blossoming this spring? What may be needed to prepare you as we begin to transition from one season to another so that you may harness the energy of the season? But before that softening can occur, we need to become aware of when we are forcing. So I invite you to consider, when you are forcing, how does this show up in your mind as a thought? What is not that you think should be? Or what is that you think should not be? How does this forcing show up in your body as tension? Where are your habitual holding patterns? Becoming aware of these patterns is the first step in your growth. What if you could interrupt this approach and find a new way? While many associate effort without force solely with mental approaches to life, it's crucial to remember that our mind and body are not separate entities. They are intimately connected, engaged in a constant, dynamic dance of reciprocity. Living in a state of constant tension, as so many of us do, requires an immense amount of energy. This constant tension creates knots of stuckness, not just in our muscles, but also in our fascia, organs, and various systems, cardiovascular, endocrine, immune, just to name a few. They are all intricately interconnected. And these blockages, these areas of restriction, can impact everything from our mood and cravings to our very desire to get up and enjoy our day. And this is where the profound wisdom of inward training becomes so transformative. When our bodies are out of alignment, it affects our energy and our minds. The first part of this Wu Wei teaching emphasizes the importance of physical alignment. When our body is not aligned, the inner power will not come. When you are not tranquil within, your mind will not be well ordered. Align your body. Assist the inner power. Then it will gradually come on its own. And when we achieve that alignment, we create the conditions for mental clarity and peace. When you enlarge your mind and let go of it, when you relax your key, vital breath, and expand it, when your mind is calm and unmoving, and you can maintain the one and discard the myriad disturbances, you will see profit and not be enticed by it. You will see harm and not be frightened by it. Relaxed and unwound, yet acutely sensitive. In solitude, you delight in your own person. This is called revolving the vital breath. Your thoughts and deeds seem heavenly. There is something truly beautiful, almost magical, that unfolds when we learn to release striving. To let go of forcing an outcome, no matter what area of life we're applying this to. It's a gentle unraveling. When you relax your effort, you stop forcing. When you stop forcing, a softening naturally occurs. And when this softening happens, life, it seems, begins to flow once again, almost as if a dam has broken. And there is a resulting quiet radiance, a gentle flame which flickers, and this light, this inner light, is within each of us. This natural, life-giving spark is intimately connected to our body-mind well-being, a constant source of life-sustaining energy. The paradox of Wu Wei, this ancient wisdom, is that striving less, not trying harder to win at all costs, often generates far more success. A Wu Wei mindset involves letting go, releasing the need to overthink, to overcontrol. This mental state facilitates those beautiful flow state experiences, that sense of effortlessness, which paradoxically opens the door to peak performance. One moment it goes, the next it comes, and no one is able to conceive of it. If you lose it, you are inevitably disordered. If you attain it, you are inevitably well-ordered. Diligently clean out its lodging place, and its vital essence will naturally alive. Still your attempts to imagine and conceive of it. Relax your efforts to reflect on and control it. Be reverent and diligent, and its vital essence will naturally stabilize. Grasp it and don't let go. Then the eyes and ears won't overflow, and the mind will have nothing else to seek. When a properly aligned mind resides within you, the myriad things will be seen in their proper perspective. How does this translate into your life? Can you identify an area where you tend to force an outcome? In disagreements, do you raise your voice, become more aggressive? When you encounter resistance in your body, what's your reaction? What about internal tension? How do you treat yourself when you're frustrated with your body, your progress, or where you are in your life? How do you speak to yourself? Where do you apply force to yourself? We explore these inward questions because when we learn to practice the art of engaging with life without force from a place of quiet stillness, this shift begins to show up in all aspects of our lives. You'll likely find that others respond differently to you. There is a profound power in quiet stillness. This voyage of self-discovery, this shift from forcing to allowing, is particularly important in our world today, where burnout has become a constant companion. How much space have you created this winter to ground, rest, and truly recharge your batteries? How often do you give yourself permission to take care of yourself, all layers of your being, outwardly and inwardly? There is a deep correlation between your consideration of yourself and the time you dedicate to caring for your body-mind. Even 15 minutes a day, those bite-sized nuggets of self-care, can begin to cultivate the inner resources for true agency, gently nurturing growth and self-development, embracing effort without force. Our material-driven world often prioritizes the striving for external success, the accumulation of economic wealth and material things, and it comes at a great cost to our humanity, our planet, and all sentient beings. Something needs to shift, and this shift begins on the individual level. What would become possible instead of staying on the path to excellence associated with chasing fleeting success? You shifted into cherishing the moments that make up your daily life. The most simple moments, from opening your eyes in the morning and realizing, wow, I'm still alive. What a gift. I have another day to live. What will unfold today? From a place of deep curiosity, what if we shifted our attention towards our visions and the daily choices we make from moment to moment, approaching each day with full presence and intention rather than forceful striving? Think of Goldilocks and the Three Bears. She wasn't searching for the biggest, the fastest, or the most extravagant. She was seeking something much more elusive, something far more profound, what felt just right, not too hot, not too cold, but perfectly balanced, a harmonious blend. This quest for equilibrium, this delicate dance between effort and ease, is such a powerful metaphor for life. We so often push ourselves to extremes, caught in the trap of thinking that more is always better, that relentless striving is the only path. But true body-mind well-being, true effectiveness, often whispers to us from that just right space, that sweet spot of balance, that gentle middle ground where we engage with focused intention, yet without force, without strain. So the next time you feel the urge to force, to become forceful, whether with another person or perhaps even more importantly with yourself, I invite you to pause. Take a deep, calming breath. Ground into your feet, feeling the earth beneath you. Allow yourself to soften, to release the grip you might be holding on to, and allow some silence to naturally settle the atmosphere. Reconnect with yourself, with your center, with the present moment. And when you choose to re-engage, and you always have a choice, do so from a place of connection, respect, and resonance. Engage without force, living into the moment from a space of curiosity, trusting that, in some shape or form, it will all work itself out, one breath at a time. Like a river, if you try to force it, to dam it up, you create turbulence, resistance, and ultimately exhaustion. Effort without force is learning to work with the flow, to move as the river moves, effortlessly, gracefully. When we align ourselves with the natural flow, with the rhythm of life itself, we conserve precious energy, reduce stress, and achieve our goals not through brute force, but with greater ease, effectiveness, and a deep sense of harmony. Just like Goldilocks, we need to find our balance, a balance of effort and ease. This is the essence of effort without force. This balance, this perfect point of equilibrium, isn't a static point. It's a dynamic, ever-shifting process. A dance between effort and allowing. And finding this balance, this just right, requires a deep listening, a tuning in to our own inner wisdom. Because what our inner wisdom often reveals is that the quick way is rarely the lasting way. Growth, like this dance of balance, is nonlinear. Some days our best looks different. Consistent, mindful effort is key. Relying on shortcuts and force inevitably leads to overwhelm and burnout. True excellence is built on consistent, contained, mindful effort. It's about allowing, not forcing, like a flower, gently unfolding its petals in its own time. It's about trusting the process, listening to the wisdom of our hearts, and nurturing our body-mind well-being along the way, always with the principle of effort without force in mind. It's about finding your just right, that relaxed effort, that place where its vital essence will naturally arrive. When a properly aligned mind resides within you, the myriad things will be seen in their proper perspective. We engage with life not through force, but through allowing, ease, and gentleness. Like a flower, gently blossoming, not being forced open, but simply unfolding in its own perfect rhythm. What area of your life, even a small one, might benefit from a gentler, more allowing approach? Perhaps it's a relationship, a project, or even just a way you speak to yourself. Consider, just for a moment, how you might release the need for a specific outcome, how you might loosen your grip on the reins and trust the unfolding of the process. Perhaps, just perhaps, you could experiment with softening your approach in even one interaction today, observing with gentle curiosity how it shifts the energy. Not just the energy around you, but the energy within you. Try taking that pause, that moment of stillness. Breathe deeply, allowing the breath to soften your body-mind. Soften into the silence and re-engage from a place of connection, from a place of presence. You might be surprised, pleasantly surprised, at the difference it makes. Not just in your interactions with others, but perhaps, even more importantly, in your relationship with yourself, in the way you feel about yourself. I look forward to hearing about how this episode resonated with you. Please feel free to share it, like, or follow. You are officially invited to join me and a group of vibrant individuals from around the globe for the Reflections Club. We gather together online the first Saturday of each month for 1 hour. No preparation needed. Just bring yourself and get ready to have fantastic conversations with people who are passionate about the benefits of body-mind well-being. Human connections are deeply nurtured in the field of shared story, and something magical occurs when people come together to share what resonates with them personally. These meetings will support you in taking your reflections to the next level and support yourself even more. If you have questions, feel free to reach out or simply visit my website, www.christianepiano.com.